What's up, everyone? This is the Taxation with Clarification channel. It's May 30th, 2023. Just a follow-up video to the first one that I posted. So I was going through that first one, just talking through wrapping up the accounting for a small business client of mine before I prepared his taxes. And so we finished that up with no problems, cleaned up a couple things. Like I mentioned in the first video, it's important to have clean books before filing tax return. So I'll talk a lot about that and dive deeper on this channel of what that looks like. So finished up his books, and he operated at a loss again for this year. So it's not good for him from a money standpoint, but good from a tax standpoint. And he's a legit business. You do have to watch out for they call hobby loss rules. If you're operating at a loss for 3 years, the IRS can look at it and say, "Oh, this might be a hobby and not a real business." So you've got to do things to prove to the IRS that you are a legit business and you're not just running a bunch of expenses through for your hobby and not generating any income. But this guy's generating income, so he's not going to have a problem at all. One thing I did catch, again, just goes back to good bookkeeping, is he, for 2021, we're actually going to have to go back and amend some things. He was paying himself and he was writing that off as a contractor expense, which you can't do if you're a sole proprietor or a single member LLC, or he's not paying himself a salary. You just take owner draws and you can't take that out as you can't expense that. It may seem weird for some people. Another thing we'll dive deeper into, just helping different types of businesses understand how to pay themselves. What are the tax implications for that? So I caught that. So we'll have to amend his 2021 return. So it won't show as big of a loss as he originally had shown on his original return. Pretty much wrapped up with that guy. He'll be coming by the office later today. Ask him a few other questions just to make sure we've got his stuff right. Print everything out so he has a copy. He's one of the few people who actually comes in person to pick up his returns. Most of my clients are actually are mostly remote. They're kind of millennial age like me. They like to use technology. If they don't have to drive across town for something, they won't. But this guy shows up, so I print out a return for him. Everybody else, just give him an electronic copy, have him sign some things, and then move him on his way. Be done with his taxes. Again, I mentioned in the first video too. It's May 30th, 2023. Everyone is probably wondering why am I still doing taxes? Everyone thinks and they're right. The deadline is April 15th, but we do file extensions for a lot of people, especially people who aren't ready to file their returns. Maybe their books aren't in order. They're waiting for some other things to come in. So it's pretty normal to still be doing taxes. I take a break. I get tired. I get burnt out by the middle of April. So I do take a break for at least a month before I start getting back into addressing all of the extensions. I really don't like for it to carry over into the fall, because the extended deadline for individuals is October 15th. And I really don't like to have a big rush or a push leading up to the deadline on October 15th. It's nice to just get them all done and not have another stressful deadline in the second half of the year. Although my summer schedule is a little more lax. Got 3 kids who are obviously out of school during the summer, so got their schedules to work around, and we do some traveling and get out of town with them, so that's fun. But yeah, just wanted to kind of follow. I said I would follow up on that last talking to the guy that I was wrapping up his books for. finished him up, got his return prepared, both his federal and his state return. He'll be operating a loss. We amended his 2021 return. Again, just a good reminder of having good, accurate books. Thankfully, I caught it, so we were able to amend his 2021 return. But yeah, that's it for now on our taxation with clarification channel.